He's Fejj King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is not another shooting show. Nothing? Come on.
Keep going. Just keep going. Keep going.
We go to Baltimore, Maryland, where a man was fleeing from the police. A 21-year-old man, as a matter of fact, was going down Wilkins Avenue around 7:20 p.m. last Monday when they saw he had the characteristics of an armed person. Jeff, what are the characteristics of an armed person?
I'm guessing hands in pockets, about yelling, "I'm going to shoot you."
I was going to say printing like a motherfucker from the small of his back. Anyway, the man allegedly took off running when they approached him. Police said that's when he shot himself in the hand. At that point, the man dropped the gun he had been holding and surrendered to officers, according to authorities. An ambulance was called to the shooting site so that the man could receive medical care for his injuries. And there's crime scene tape and the whole nine. They're blocking off the area where it happened. So, well done.
Did we also want to read the Marion police report from Marion, Indiana that was posted on our Reddit?
Marion police report? Oh, I forgot about that. You go ahead. It was from a few years ago. It was like 2019, but it was really good.
February 28th, 2019. Accidental self-inflicted gunshot wound. On February 28th, 2019, at approximately 6:40 a.m., officers of the Marion Police Department responded to emergency room department of Marion General Hospital for an accidental self-inflicted gunshot wound. Officers met with Mark Anthony Jones, age 46, in the emergency department. Jones reported that he was walking on the walkway near the Girl Scout cabins. Okay. Jones reported that the high point 9mm handgun he was carrying in his waistband without a holster began to slip. He reached down to adjust the gun, and the gun discharged. The bullet entered just above his penis and exited his scrotum. Jones doesn't have an Indiana handgun license. Didn't know they had that. This case will be sent to Grand Co. Prosecutor's Office for review, submitted by Deputy Chief Stephen Dorsey. So,
okay.
Like, this is why we don't carry without holsters.
Now,
it's like worst fear.
Now, good. More people got my joke. I'm so thankful. My favorite comment on this on our Reddit, reddit.com/r/NASS, was from Cobra Salad 83. If you don't know who Cobra Salad 83 is, that's Heidi. She shoots at Jeff's club. And her comment was, does anyone carry a high point and not expect to get shot in the dick? And I said, you. And I don't think only people that knew who she was on there would get that joke. But I was so bummed when it was like, nobody's upvoting that, or like that. It was funny as hell. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's
of course she's not going to shoot herself in the dick. She doesn't have a dick.
Hey, this is 2025. Don't make assumptions.
Hey, you're the one that has to shoot with her every month, not me.
This is true.
Anyway, okay, so there is that. Area 3 registration opened yesterday. I'm super excited about it because it went swimmingly. I didn't fuck anything up with the registration. Like, all the boxes were checked and people could squad and everything worked just correctly from jump. Which the staff all got signed up before that started, so that, I got a little bit of a test run with that. But no, we have had, oh God, that math's hard. Currently 152 spots left out of 400.
Wait, out of 400?
Yeah.
Jesus, we had 250 people sign up in the first.
Well, 60
weekend?
of that staff so far. Like, we've got 60 staff, and then the rest is paid shooters that signed up yesterday and today. So, yeah, we had around 185 first day registration. So thank you, everybody who signed up for that. Super excited for the match at the new range. It's in Rapid City, South Dakota, 10 miles north of exit 60 something or other. Can't remember what the number is. But no, I'm super happy and excited about that. So we actually did a thing. Bruce didn't know I was doing it, but when I set up the registration page, you can basically, you set the price and then you include the practice score donation, so you don't make them answer the question, you just do it. So the price for the match is $225, but we're getting the match is getting $2.24, and Practice Score gets $1 for every shooter who signs up. So
That's reasonable.
yeah, I thought so. They're going to get a few $100 out of it. So Area 3, it's September 25th through 28th. South Dakota Shooting Sports Complex, currently under construction. It's on Google Maps. You can see it on Google. You won't see it on other map sites because they're dumb. But range is on there, and yeah. So there we go. Just wanted to mention that real quick. If you want to work an area match, by the way, folks, it's important that you not fuck up your email address in the application. Owen. Because I got the... Well, it used to be like Mailer Damon, the email of death that somebody you sent an email to, the address was wrong or it doesn't exist or whatever.
Yep.
And I got whatever the modern version of that is, and I looked at the address, and I'm like, oh, he put gmail.co.com
Nice.
on his email address. So it's important, And also, folks, if you work matches and you have an email address that is a product of Microsoft, I have learned from registration, everybody who missed the email for staff to go register, they all had some form of a Microsoft email address. It went to spam, and I have a Hotmail account that I had a million years ago. They're all basically the same thing now, but I don't know how to navigate their spam and junk mail, and some of it just goes to Jesus, apparently, because it's impossible to find it in your junk mail. And I had a bunch of people who were like, hey, I'm not seeing this. And finally got it taken care of. But yeah, there's still some staff that haven't. There's still people who applied to work it, and we haven't contacted and said, yep, you're in, because we're kind of waiting to see who drops out, because inevitably that will be a thing. But so if you applied and you haven't heard back yet, don't worry. Odds are, if you really want to do it, you'll be able to do it. So there you go. Now, moving on. Fejj shot a match.
I did.
Should we explain why I'm calling you Fejj?
Yes, because the joke was funny the first time I heard it, and then it didn't land as well the second time.
Oh, because he laughed really hard the first time. Okay, here's why I was calling Jeff Fejj, because in my haste to type his name quickly on the rundown, I got the F and the J backwards. So I spelled it Fejj.
Yes, and my brain immediately translated that to Fez from that 70s show.
Yeah.
And so
Fejj?
I was like, who's Fejj?
Fejj.
He goes, you.
Fejj. You're Fejj.
Yeah.
I get the F's and J's and whatnot. Okay, it's not funny now. All right.
Yeah.
It was. You thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was hilarious.
Ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
But I shot a match today. It was supposed to be nicer than it ended up being. It was quite cold. Me and the only other good M at the club were able to make it for the match. I
was in the middle of taking a sip of bourbon. Oh my God, you almost killed me. Say that again. Only you and the other good M were there?
Yes. The rest of the OKMs. There was a few there, and then there was one who wasn't there because America or something.
Steven wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
This is guard drill weekend.
Because it's guard drill weekend, and he never gets to shoot matches with us because the military's stupid. But Nick got to shoot his first matches in AM. Whoop whoop.
Yeah. It's because it's no longer Tuesday anymore.
It's not Tuesday.
Is the thing. So Steven posted this when they were practicing on Tuesday this week. And this is addressing Nick actually not being an M yet.
He hasn't been a master for any time. Let the record reflect, it's fucking Tuesday.
He was actually responding to me. So I was the one that was like, oh, we have 3 M's here. And he's like, no, he is not an M. He's not been an M.
Hey, Jeff, do you know what the day is before Wednesday?
It's fucking Tuesday.
That's what it is. Hey, when is the day where you get the special deals on tacos?
It's fucking Tuesday.
That's when you get it, Taco Tuesday. That's right. Free ad for Taco John's. Okay.
That was getting kept.
It's 2 separate buttons, dude.
Hell,
I already programmed just two separate buttons.
It's fucking Tuesday.
That's right. Okay. So, you shot the match.
I did. And had a lot of interesting, weird shit happen in it.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Before we get to the weird shit that happened, we should bring our guest on. I forgot about that.
Yes.
We have a guest on this week who is joining us. We'll be talking more directly to him, but we didn't want to leave him hanging there for the whole time while we're talking about shooting stuff, because by all means, butt in. Jeremy Fitzpatrick joining the show for the first time. Welcome, Jeremy. Your mic sounds fantastic now.
Thanks, guys. Good to be here.
Where are you from, so people understand your weird dialect?
So I'm from Georgia. Originally born in Athens, and now live in Riverdale, Georgia, which is it's Atlanta. It's about 10 miles south of the Atlanta airport.
Oh, okay. Jeff and I were there once. It was it's a clusterfuck.
My condolences. Unless you like Hartsfield, which I do. It's my home airport, but I know a lot of people hate it.
Well, it's just not easy.
It feels dreary, but it also makes way more sense than other airports.
It does.
Yes.
It makes a lot of sense. It just feels old and dreary. Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
I would agree with you there.
Okay. More with Jeremy in a moment, but we just didn't want to leave him there like a weird third wheel in the back seat when you're going partying. So you shot the match, Jeff. How was the match at ENGC today?
The match was cold as shit in the morning. I did not pack it properly. I was actually thinking of wearing my shorts. Glad I didn't.
That would have been dumb.
That would have been really dumb, because it was like, oh, it's going to be 55. I'm like, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And then
3:00 it will be.
Right. And when I clicked on in the app, it was like, oh, it'll be between 40 and 55. I'm like, okay, not unreasonable. I'm like, meh, I'll wear pants. And then it was blistering cold at 20 degrees with 15-mile-an-hour winds. It was freezing. But overall, things went well. To start with, I broke a stage because I didn't think it was reasonable, and I don't care what other people think. And so I walked up to a stage and found two people who are experienced shooters. They're C-class shooters, but they've been doing it for a couple years, and they were leaning around this wall. And they were like, okay, well, I guess we have to shoot this one-handed. And I'm like, that's dumb, because I didn't realize. Because for me, I just leaned over, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of a hard lean.
Oh,
because I'm
this
large.
is kind of a hard lean for the 6'9" guy.
Exactly, but it was 8:30 in the morning, and I wasn't quite awake, and so I wasn't processing it, and I had forgotten the Michelle Woitzel Rule. And so
what is the Michelle Woitzel Rule?
The Michelle Woitzel Rule is this a reasonable challenge for Michelle Woitzel to do with her PCC? And what it reminds me of a normal sized person with who's relatively athletic, but is not like a 6'9" bendy person.
Uh-huh.
And it all started because of a stage where you basically I would have had to lean around the wall and shoot left-handed to hit this target. And Michelle was like, how the hell am I getting a PCC around this? And I was like, oh, that's dumb. So I started kicking the target out of the way. So it was actually the same stage builder and the same kicking. So I walked up, they had put this wall 45 degrees out, and it blocked this thing to the point where people were like hanging off the wall to try to be able to engage it, but they didn't nail the wall down. So I walked over and I kicked
perfect.
it. And I just kept kicking it until it was out of everybody's way. And the stage builder and the match director did not notice this. And so apparently it wasn't that important.
Well, and sometimes that happens and you don't even mean it.
Right. No, 100%.
I've accidentally made shit way harder than I meant to. And
yep.
So,
what about you, Jeremy? Have you ever had that happen?
Well, I have shot matches where we certainly should have moved targets, but it's not my match. So,
see, I never let that affect me. I'm
also not a 6'9" martial artist, so
minor details. If you just do it with confidence, people think that you know what you're doing, and they don't question it.
Yeah, there's a local that I shoot sometimes. I'm not going to name it where, but there may or may not be some targets sometimes placed beyond the 180.
that's fun.
Those are fun.
Just bring sticky notes and write whatever that rule is that targets aren't supposed to be visible past the 180. And just leave sticky notes on every single one. But so after I did that, we got the match going, and things were going relatively well until we got to our second stage, and a guy who is not a super nice guy, has been shooting for many years, but he just got a Shadow 2, and it was, I think, his first day shooting it, and that's only important because I also shoot a Shadow 2, and I know what it looks like when it's ready to shoot. And he walks up to our classifier, he racks that slide, and he puts that gun in the holster. Do you recognize what he didn't do?
Put the safety on.
Drop the hammer.
Either one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Either one of those would have been an acceptable thing to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, did he?
Oh, no.
I was like, did he just do that? And I was like, wait. Let's not mess with him. So I leaned down. I'm like, okay, the hammer is back. Okay. But we have limited optics. That's a thing. And so then I looked down at the safety and I was like, oh, that safety's off. Bro. And I was like, hey, bud, I need you to unload and show clear. He's like, why? I'm like, we just need you. We need to unload and show clear right now. Like that, the why comes after with the unloaded gun.
Mm-hmm.
And once I explained it, and I checked with the peanut gallery, and the few people who remember USPSA rules were like, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds like the right rule. And the actual experienced people were like, oh yeah, no, that's the rule. And it's unfortunate because I've had to DQ this guy twice now. The first time, he was trying to go around a wall, and he like turned to his right and ran into the wall. So he turned to the left and did a full 360.
Oh.
But he had the gun like pointed at the ground, which I think in his mind he's like, "Hey, it's not pointed at anybody."
Well,
and I'm like,
at least he broke a 180 about as safe as he could do it the way he did it.
Yes. And
I mean, it was still a heinous DQ, but like if you're gonna DQ by doing a 360, point the gun at the ground. Yes, hell yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So that was my first ever DQ for a gun put in holster without safety on. I had another one I should have done, but that's long ago. And so our next stage is where the weirdness started, because Jeremy, what rank are you? Andy's the highest A class in the country.
Well, I'm the lowest B class, so I actually just made B in limited optics.
Nice, congratulations.
Yeah, good job.
So I'm officially a good shooter according to you guys, right?
Well, that's
good enough.
That's pre revamp of classification system.
Yeah.
Just made B, but more on that later in the show.
Yes. Yep.
So, our big bay had kind of a complicated stage that Heidi made for us, and I'd watched the squad before us who had a GM and a couple M's in it, and I was like, okay, that's the plan. Okay, so I did that plan, and it went well. I shot it fairly well. I had a miss that on a close tux, which pissed me off, but then the cops started shooting.
Oh no, you're gonna rail on them again.
I'm going to rail on my cops, just my local cops.
As long as you always clarify that, because
Okay.
I did get a message one time from somebody who was like, "Why is Jeff such a prick to cops?" I said, "It's not all cops; it's the ones in his range." And
Okay,
they're like, "Oh, okay, I get that."
Okay, the ones at my range watched me shoot this. Watched me shoot it the second fastest of the day. Well, I mean, we didn't know that at the time, but I did it fairly well. I was very happy with myself. They proceeded to not do the plan in any way, shape, or form like I did it. And the big part was they left a small popper that was at the safety distance. What is that, 8 yards or whatever?
Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood.
To run to another position and engage said mini popper at now 15 to 20 yards. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, I don't understand.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you guys made your stage more complicated. Like my stage plan was shoot everything you can see from every position, which is always the best strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like not picking up targets, abandoning targets, not shooting, and I was like, what is going on? And it was it made me have to say, watch the fast guys, understand why they did what they did, and then do what they did, if you can, because it was Nick was in my squad, and I just turned to him and I go, "What are they doing?" And he goes, "I don't know."
I have a question though. I just looked up the results.
Yes.
Did Lane shoot weak hand?
He did not. His arm healed up enough for him to shoot. I was
gonna say, if he beat Connor and you weak-handed, I would be like, why hasn't he won nationals?
Right. He got nationals on the brain. No,
Yeah.
He ended up. I mean, still with a recently recovered torn bicep. He did, but he was shooting with both hands.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was one of these remarkable moments of watching people do the wrong thing after being shown doing it the right way, which as an instructor I am used to, but it was interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I think the last thing I see on here, I am dying to know.
Yeah.
About your squad voted for a reshoot. Is this within the rules of NROI, Jeff?
I will fight Troy if this is an issue. So
okay, explain yourself, sir.
We had a shooter who's come to like 2 matches. Mm-hmm. She was able to fire like 2 shots. She didn't even leave the first position. Gun takes like unrecoverable shit. And she just gave up. And now I'm gonna credit one of the cops in my squad was like, "Hey, everybody, is anyone against her reshooting this?" And I was like, "You know what? Do it." Like,
yeah, no,
like,
okay,
screw it. Like, and Nick being like, "Well, this isn't in the rules, but if the entire squad agrees, I will let her reshoot it." And we were like, "Yeah, let her reshoot it." Whatever the problem was not solved by this point, so it was still a 100-second run, so it didn't really make that big of a difference. But she did at least get to shoot the stage.
Yeah. No, now I'm like, okay, yes, I understand this, because of course the rules nerd in me is like I was tweaking out, like, what are you doing? But
so I'm gonna I'd like to make an argument for that. So if you look at, this is fresh because I shot the Georgia State Steel Challenge yesterday and I had a problem with a dot. And so on the first string, so you're able to retire, go fix your shit, and come back and shoot the rest of your string. So why can't we have that in USPSA?
Because it's not a string sport.
I know.
Well,
but you can do that on a classifier or stage that has. I've seen that
multiple
before.
strings,
And that's within the
yeah.
if it's got multiple strings, you can go fix your shit and then come back and finish. So
And
Troy, if you're listening, don't take my CRO certification away. Sorry.
I don't have a certification. You can't do shit. The way we justified it to ourselves is she is a low C, high D class shooter. So
brand new, second match.
Right. Wasn't there to stomp Dixon. So
no.
Yeah, if it was me or Lane or Connor Davis or anyone else, get absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
Make
your shit work before you go to a match.
Right. In the interest of expanding the sport, if it's the person's like, maybe for like the first 5 matches, you get like little mulligan cards that you're like, okay, I'm my gun, and it's only for when your gun takes a shit, and that's it. That you can be like, okay, I'm pulling my mulligan card. I'm gonna go fix my shit. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna make everything work. But I do support being nice to newbies.
Yes.
As much as possible, because they need a little bit of help to keep coming to the matches. If they get shit on, like, oh man, I fucking zeroed out like two stages because my gun didn't run, and we lose someone who could be this awesome person in the sport.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait to see the social media post. The Area 3 director thinks that people should just get reshoots whenever they want them, and he's on the discipline committee. What the hell is going on with this?
Yes,
100%. Feels like there's an opening for a level 1 exemption there.
Right.
It does.
That's what I'm saying. For first 5 matches. Like,
here's the thing. There's the rule book, and there's what clubs actually do at level 1 matches. And
correct.
When it's in the spirit of a good time and growing the sport, I'm not okay with looking the other way on DQs.
Right.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to like all the other stuff, cares? You know, like it's a newbie. They're coming in last or third to last or whatever. You know, well, how's that person that came in last feel then? Suck less. I don't know.
Right. Because their gun probably shit the bed as many times as the other person's. And so, yeah, I thought it was a nice thing to do. It actually brought up a discussion of the squib rule, which I despise the squib rule. But
that's just because you don't understand it.
No, I do understand it.
What's your problem with the squib rule?
Is that if you call a squib and it is a squib, that it is scored as is.
Well, no.
I think it should be.
If you stop them and it is an actual squib, no, that's their problem for having shitty ammo.
Well, how do I check my ammo before I go to a match? I bought Super Bell from a reasonable.
Did you have a squib?
No.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, like, unless it is your handmade ammo, you had no process in the making of this ammo.
This is true.
And so, I mean, there's been squibs from Blazer Brass and Federal and
yes,
and all these. And so my thing is, if it's a squib, stop them, get the gun fixed, let them reshoot.
I don't know. I shot all Blazer Brass at majors last year, and that was part of the reason because I knew I had not paid a lot of attention when I was loading my ammo, and I didn't have a whole lot of it loaded anyway. So I don't know. I actually had this debate with somebody on Reddit. I think it was our Reddit about we'll get into the classification system later on, but a lot of people are all wound up about the G, what do they call it? A tag? Not tag. Flag. The G flag is if it's under 2%, it doesn't count. But all of your, the old rule of if it's less than 5%, if it's more than 5% below your current classification, minimum classification, it doesn't count. That's going to go away if this passes. And the debate was sort of, well, should the letter go or not? And I'm like, the percentage goes up and down. I don't care. But as far as the, shit, I forgot where I was going with that. Fuck. What were you just talking about? The DQ rule? The squib?
The squibs.
Squibs.
That you should get a mulligan and a reshoot.
You should get a mulligan and a duo. Oh, yeah. They were arguing, they were debating about how you can't help it when you have when your equipment goes down. I'm like, yeah, you can. Have equipment that doesn't go down. Well, but it just happens. Yes. But it doesn't when I shoot Glocks. It does when I shoot other guns.
I watched Glocks malfunction a lot today.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying they're bulletproof.
I was in a cop squad, so.
Yeah, and they probably put in dumb springs and connectors and all kinds of dumb shit.
One guy, every time he drew, like on 5 stages, he drew, first shot, locked back, tapped, went into battery, never had an issue for the rest of the stage. He did this 5 times. And after the 4th time it happened, I'm like, bro, you have to be activating the slide, like the slide release. And he's like, dude, I have like an extended one so that it's like higher up so I can't activate it. I'm like, there's still a bar that runs there. And he goes, oh yeah, maybe that's what it is. I'm like, how are you?
Keep your thumbs off the gun.
It was so consistent.
Someone sent me a thank you about the thumbs.
Oh, nice.
About like, just don't use your thumbs shooting a pistol and life will be better. And they're like, I started doing that and oh my gosh, I don't remember what they said exactly, but they're like, it was great. Worked fantastic. So like, don't involve your thumbs in shooting a pistol, except to hit the mag release or a slide stop. Okay. Patreon.com/notanothershooting-show. For just $3.57 a month, Jeremy Fitzpatrick, you can subscribe and get all of both episodes every single week. I just checked. He's not a subscriber. That's why I'm calling him out.
I am too.
You are?
It's actually $3.86 a month with my taxes.
Well, I can't help what Georgia does to you and your taxes, but why didn't you show up when I searched Jeremy then?
I don't know. Who knows what I'm signed in on Patreon? I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because it allows to use weird names. So okay.
Yeah, who knows? Hang on, I'll look at it while we're talking here.
All right.
No, I am definitely a Patreon subscriber.
Okay, I believe you. But I couldn't search it.
It's Fitzmagic is what I'm signed up as. So
that's why. Okay.
I would prefer to be to be addressed as my proper title, sir.
Okay, Jeremy Fitzmagic. Patreon.com/Not Another Shooting Show. Just $3.57 a month plus tax if they charge it in your region. Actually, there's a dude in Missouri. I think Ryan, you're from Missouri. I'm speaking to him through the internet. Somehow he ended up subscribing for $5.50 and didn't like type in a custom amount. And I'm like, how did that happen? He's like, I have no idea. I'm like, well, here's what it says. And he's like, here's what mine says. I'm like, I don't know. How did you sign up? I use the app. Don't use the app. I don't know. But anyway, he gave us a tip this month, Jeff. So shout out to Ryan in Missouri or Kansas. He's from either Kansas or Missouri. I'm pretty sure Missouri. Anyway, patreon.com/Not Another Shooting Show. Also, MW Activewear. If you're going to have a cool match like Area 3 out in Rapid City, you should get your jerseys from Michelle Woitzel. MW Activewear. Active is spelled AKTIV. Wear is spelled normally. MW also spelled normally. Area 3 registration is open. Northwoods Showdown, May 2nd through the 4th. Tanfo Timmy's got a level 2 going on up in Forest Lake, and it's a 2-day match. Like either shoot all day Saturday or all day Sunday. Pretty cool. Plenty of slots left because it's a 2-day match. Great Plains section, sorry, you can't go. It's sold out. Cornhusker Classic, sorry, you can't go. It's sold out. But you can waitlist on either of those matches. So there we go. Jeremy Fitzpatrick, our guest this week, or Fitzmagic. He actually wanted to, he messaged us and said, hey, I'd like to come on the show because he's also one of these weirdo Democrat gun owner shooter guys.
Hell yeah, brother.
It's oddly enough, like I've had several of my friends lately who they're very, very right. Very right. And they're like, how the fuck does this happen where there's some fucking liberals they're buying a gun and shooting a match? I'm like, dude, there's way more. Like, USPSA attracts autists.
Yeah.
And they are of every political spectrum that there is. So, like, it just attracts a certain person regardless of political affiliation. Unless they're really hardcore anti-gun, hey, you're going to get a lot of people that are farther left than you think shooting USPSA. So, I'm going to let you two communists just start talking.
Hell yeah. Down with the bourgeoisie, up with the proletariat.
Yeah, eat the rich, right?
Exactly. My favorite joke right now is that the reason that billionaires want to go to space is because guillotines require gravity.
That's a fact. That's a fact, sir.
That's funny. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Jeremy, to keep it on USPA for a second, you guys are running is it your section match or is it just a level 2?
So no, I don't want to be very, very clear. It is not our section match. There is a separate Georgia State Championship. This is the inaugural Peach Classic, and I am not the official spokesperson, but I'm pretty excited about it. So it's at my, I guess technically what is considered my home range. So it's the Georgia Peach Classic. It's going to be in April. It is full, so I apologize for inviting you guys to a match that you'd have to wait list for, but yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Thank you for the invite.
We do appreciate it. Neither of us were going to be able to come due to work and schedules, but again, if people want to invite us to matches, please do. I would rather feel invited and say no than not. Than you be like,
if you would
they
like
can't come.
Jeff or I to say no to an invitation to your match, just
send them our way.
But yeah, it's going to be a great match. So Scott Houseworth, our match director, who is our match director for the local that we put on at Riverbend Gun Club, he tries really, really hard, and it's his passion for our local match to feel like a level 2. So to that extent, we have 3 embedded staff on every stage. So they're certified ROs or CROs on every single stage for a local match. The winter we have like 100 shooters, and then in the summer that flexes up to 120 to 150. So it's awesome. We had a prize table at the last match in January for staff, and it was a pretty dope prize table.
Are you talking about a prize table in January? Okay,
for a local match, for a local level 1. So so he had collected sponsors for our local match, and
that's a cool thing to do, though.
Yeah, it is, and it makes it worthwhile to go and volunteer. Because so we're not, as volunteers for staff or for setup. So if you're going out there the week before and doing build for the match, you're shooting for free. And then at the end of the year, so January match on, whatever date that was, we had a really dope prize table with a lot of cool stuff. There weren't any guns, which cool. That's fine. I understand. It's a local match, but I mean, there were optics on that table. There were, the little combination bedside safes. I managed to pick up 250 rounds of brass monkey bullets, which is what I reload with.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's great, and it's again we're training up ROs and mentoring new ROs and running it like it's a level 2, so that when we get to April, when we have the Georgia Peach Classic, it's going to be awesome, and we're going to have staff that knows the rules and knows how to run a match, and more importantly knows how to not be a dick as an RO. So
yeah, that's really important.
So like what? Okay, and this is a conversation I've had a lot with people. How are you going to differentiate your level 1 from your level 2, because your level 1 sounds almost leveled like in the Midwest. We're happy with 100 and what does Great Plains have, like 170 shooters, 180?
The main match is full at 120, and then staff day is not. We closed it off because we're kind of light on staff this year, so probably 160, 170, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Okay, so your local is what our section match is. Yeah. And so like how
I can't even that doesn't register in my brain. How many stages do you guys do?
When the weather's bad, we'll typically do 6. And actually just registered as staff an hour ago for the March match. So we're doing 7. Now, once the wait list gets to be 20 or 30 shooters, we'll open another stage and
for a local.
Yeah, for a local. Yeah. I mean, we typically, the local will fill up within an hour of registration opening. And again, it's a combination of good stages, a well-run match, staff that is professional and courteous,
and a metropolitan population to.
Well, kinda. I mean, it's in Dawsonville. If you were to visit the range, it's not close to Atlanta. It's an hour and a half from me.
I've been to Georgia. There's a town every 3 miles.
That's true. It's true.
In South Dakota, on my side of the state, there's a town every 10-ish miles. On the other side of the state, there's a town every 50 miles. So
I can drive through the middle of Nebraska for 127 miles and not run into a town.
Yeah.
What was the name of the town? Dawsonville?
Technically it's Dawsonville. It's in the middle of nowhere, which I mean, as most ranges are, but yeah.
But it's still Dawsonville, relatively Georgia. Close to Metro Atlanta.
It is still relatively close. Yeah. I mean, and to be fair, I'm on the south side of Atlanta, so it's a long way from me, but I mean, it's not, I'm not driving in.
How long is the drive for you to get there?
It's about an hour and a half.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I say that, my good buddy, and I'm going to give a shout out to Rich, my good buddy and fellow liberal gun nut, who lives in Midtown Atlanta. I am his passenger princess, so I typically go to his house and with my 25-year-old pickup truck that gets 13 miles to the gallon, and then jump in his Volvo and drive up and let him pay for the gas. So. That's
I thought you were going to say you were lubing each other's guns the night before the match or something like that, but
I mean, I'm not. What happens at a match?
No, that's what
happens on the way to the match.
That has to be a Subaru, not a Volvo.
Right. That's a whole different shooting set, Jeff.
God, I can't. I wanted to mention something else because, like, my buddy Robert out in Utah, Paracast Robert Wyatt, SLPSA, Salt Lake Practical Shooters, they have 2 days worth of shooting when they run a local, and I think they have like over 100 each, or at least for their Saturday match, they have over 100, I think. I'm not sure what the actual numbers are, but basically they open Friday for people who weren't working to come out and shoot the match also. And then when they do their the Utah section, it's like theirs is big. I think it's like 240 shooters for their section match. Like, it's a lot bigger than the ones around here for sure. So But like, I mean, you're not wrong though either, Jeremy, because there are, there are metro areas that just don't have the numbers that yours does or that Slipsa does.
Yeah. Well, like Omaha is supposed to we almost have close to 1 million people. So we should be able to fill up our match, and we were happy to have like 48 people today. So,
which is not a lot more than we would have at the Sioux Falls match.
Exactly. So
like we usually have like around 35, 40.
My club is just particularly toxic. We've talked about this before, but
I was messaging with Steven about that though yesterday or today, and like I had mentioned before he started shooting, I went to a club match in 2019 down there. There was like 70, 80 people.
Yeah.
But that was pre-COVID.
Right. The COVID didn't help. I don't know where it fell off or what. Like, one of the things that we do poorly is all of our stage designers, who are wonderful, awesome people, are B class and above shooters, and so they don't make challenges that are like reasonable for people who are like C class shooters, and so that's a piece of it. But like, I don't know.
My club matches are pretty hosey.
Right.
Generally, I mean, I'll put like one hard target on a stage, but I want it to be accessible because most of the people shooting our match are
C class shooters.
They're C, maybe B class, and or they're newbies, and I just don't want to like ruin their day.
Right. And we had a 25-yard mini popper. So, yeah, that's what my club
That
does.
is a completely reasonable target.
Absolutely, it is. And I say that as a C and B shooter.
A 25 small popper for a C class shooter whose only practice is at a match.
I mean, you got at some point.
You guys are warped. You guys are warped. You guys are warped.
Pop the titty out the boy's mouth and let him grow up, as Damon Wayans said in Major Payne.
Well, yeah. If we, oh god, great fucking movie.
I love that movie. It's so good. If he's in there, he ain't happy.
All right. Okay. So back to this match that we got lost on. How do you think your match director is going to make it feel like a level 2 when your level 1s are so close to level 2s already?
Well, I think it's important to ask that question a different way. Is we're trying to make the level 1 feel like a level 2.
That's why they have 25-yard poppers.
Yeah. So I'll give you an example. So we had a stage at either the November or December match that was like and it was kind of gimmicky, and we all shit on it ahead of time. And I'm going to call him out. So Sean Pham, who is a local, high level shooter here in Atlanta, designed this stage, and each target had a different number of hits required.
I hate those.
Target 1 had 1 hit required. Target 2 had 2 hits required, so on and so forth. But listen, I'm going to tell you, when we shot it, it was a fuck ton of fun. It was so fun. It was awesome. Was it gimmicky? Yes. But was it fun? Yes. It absolutely was fun. So, maybe that's not a level 2 stage. I don't know.
Area 3 had that in the Sherwin days.
Yeah, it was.
Sherwin Area 3. Yeah, got it. But so the point of making this a fun match is, so first of all, it's kind of Area 6 is somewhat famous or infamous, if you will, for staff reset matches, and that's not going to be the Georgia Peach. Scott, our match director,
if you want to give Ben Barry an erection, talk about staff reset.
Yeah,
and I mean,
listen, as a staff member, I like staff reset. I think it's a lot of work, but I think it makes for a great experience for the competitors.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be cool. It's just you
got to have the staff.
You have to have the people to do it. Like Area 3, we're at 60.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
and we're doing 13 stops. So and we're planning on 16 stages. So that's not going to be a thing.
Yeah. So the Peach Classic is what we're terming an all reset match. So, I'm sure you guys have been to competitor reset matches where the staff will go through and they'll score every target and they'll just sit there and stare at you come on, fix the targets.
That's
and so
aggravating
that's
as
not
hell.
what we're going to do. We are as staff, we're going to help reset the stages as we are able. So every staff member, so I'm going to be a CRO on one of the stages, and so every staff member is going to have pasters and whatever else we need to help reset the stage. And so we're gonna make sure everybody is safe and has fun. And then as we are done scoring targets, we're going to reset the stage. And so we want competitors to help us out, but we also want you to have a lot of fun and not feel like you have to do all the lifting on that. So, as of right now, it's a full match. It's 302 shooters, I think.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And that includes staff. That includes staff. I don't know what the breakdown is on staff.
Well,
I had that available on Practice Score.
Looking at the averages of Area 3, going back as far as I could go on Practice Score, Area 3 was in the neighborhood of, like, in the good years, like around 340. Like, was the most shooters.
So your random level 2 has as much as our area match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're the least populated area, too, so.
Right.
Right. Like we said, it's 400 miles across our state, and you'll run into like four to six towns of less than 1,000 people.
I mean, honestly, I think the reason we'll outdo that this year. I hope. I think we will have more than that this year at Area 3, just because of the location. Brand new range in a hella cool place to go visit. So,
are you getting a lot of Colorado people?
I've heard of a lot of Colorado people who are planning on going.
Okay, because
I got an email from a guy who said he had a whole crew that were coming up. So
hell yeah, let's go, the Colorado boys.
Colorado's
boys
like 6 hours from Rapid, or Denver's 6 hours from Rapid.
Yeah, so it's the Denver shooting scene is about like what the Georgia shooting scene is like, where they run 4 to 6 matches a weekend and they all fill up.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
It's crazy.
I want to go back to what you were talking about with staff do nothing reset.
Yeah.
This was I think it was in 2021. So it was after I had done my first match director role hosting Great Plains. And we were shooting at a very well-respected match. And I'm just going to say it because I've told him about it. It was at Iowa. And there was, on one particular stage, it wasn't the whole match, but on this one particular stage, there were 2 targets that were like 30 yards downrange from where everybody's kind of hanging. Okay. And it was like there were a couple of long targets where it was like 25 yards, and they're the only targets down there. The rest of the stage is all close for reset. And an RO had to go down there and score those 2 targets.
Mm-hmm.
And she went down there and stood and waited for someone to come paste them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was losing my fucking mind. I was squatted with Tom Howard, actually, Jeff.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah, I know. Just like relax, though. It's just kind of how they do it here. And that's kind of true. It's kind of how it used to be. When I took my CRO class, a dude who's from there was in my class, and I'm the only one resetting because there was like 6 of us in the CRO class, and he's sitting there watching me pace targets. I'm like, bitch, grab a roll of pacers. What the fuck are you doing? This is stupid. Like, when I'm a RO at a major match, like I work Cornhusker every year, I have pacers on me.
Yep.
Even if it's just the last target I score, I paced. I pace something almost every shooter. Like, there's no reason not to. Like this thing where I'm the RO and I do nothing except yell Alpha, Charlie, Delta, Mike, no shoot. Like, that's my only job. No. Grab some pasters and paste something, for fuck's sake.
So my and I'll call him a mentor. So my mentor in the range official game a couple of years ago gave all of us in our little crew the double alpha little belt clip paster feeder, if you know whatever it's called.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Those are cool. They're awesome. Yeah. And basically the message was you should reset targets too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, never stand there and just watch your squad reset targets.
Watch your customer. Now, granted, the staff are the volunteers, so it's a little different dynamic. They're not really customers, but like at my matches, I always at my majors, at the section matches that I've hosted, and I'll say the same thing in Area 3, is like, for the love of God, please treat all these people like they're your customer.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Be nice. Like, if something goes sideways and someone gets mad, just go, you know what? We're going to call a range master over here for you.
100%.
That's what we're going to do for you.
Yep.
You know, and just like be nice. Be nice. Like Dalton said on Roadhouse. Be
nice until it's time to not be nice.
Until it's time to not be nice.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I can't fathom what it's like where you live or in the places where matches fill up like this. It's so, to me, and I mean, Jeff lives in a place that's like literally triple the population where I live. But his match is like 10, 12 people more than mine. You know, it's so club and some bigger markets just don't have as much practical shooting going on. And, you know, that's sort of an interesting thing to think about. Like for me as an area director, like why would that be? Why is Omaha barely have more shooters at a club match than Sioux Falls does? You know,
I think it's marketing myself, but
well, I mean, it's a number of things, but like the Sioux Falls Club, we used to have like around 50, close to 60. You know, COVID played a part in that when ammo got more expensive, but you know, I think it's a thing. Just, you know, what could be done to like help get the sport out there more. And
right.
There's certainly a lot that could be done.
And that can go into our larger conversation because, I mean, in that time where ammunition, quote unquote, became more expensive, we also got like 8 to 12 million new gun owners.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so.
And primers still haven't come down.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I'm salty about that.
I am too. Like ammo's getting close to normal. And,
well,
I mean, 223 is starting to piss me off. Like, come on. Like,
well,
why is the cheapest box of 20 still $10?
Because people are still paying for it, and there's also this thing called like the Ukraine war where they are eating ammunition like we can't believe. But so moving on since
moving on, hippies, let's go.
Yeah. So Jeremy, you came here for a very specific reason. So listening to our episode on me answering Democrat questions to a Democratic gun owner, what do you think I got right or wrong? Like, do you remember any specific ones where you're like,
well, so you know, I think the broader question or the broader answer there is, you know, how do we make our society safer? Which is probably more time than what we have, but you know, first of all, and I want to preface this by saying that the normal talking points that typical Democrats have on gun control, to use the phrase, I don't like that phrase, but the normal talking points just give me a case of the red ass. Like I fucking hate them. The whole like magazine restrictions, go fuck yourself. Like if you've ever watched any D-class shooter at a competitive, you know, whether it's a USPSA match or an IDPA or whatever, magazine capacity is not a thing. Go fuck yourself.
Unless you have my reloads, then it might be a problem.
That is more of an issue.
Buddy, I reload. Yeah, I got you. But magazine capacity is not a thing.
Right.
You know, we as a
go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, so we as a country, so first of all, I do believe, and I mean, here's the thing, I am as far left as you can get on a lot of issues, but I also like my guns. And I believe that the way that we can keep people safe from gun violence is to make sure that people who shouldn't have guns don't have guns. So I don't believe that includes restricting the type of guns people can have. I don't believe that includes restricting the amount of ammo you can put in a magazine. I believe that includes universal background checks. I believe that includes, if you're going to, you know, and you guys joke about it, and I think it's a great joke, but like, you know, if you're a B class or above, you should be able to carry your gun in places that other people can't. Well, you're making the argument for you should be able to have a license that allows you to prove your competency with a firearm, that allows you to bring it into places that, you know, maybe your typical, I have a shotgun for home defense, shouldn't necessarily be able to bring their gun. And And just for example, if you ever shot an indoor match of any variety, if you ever shot an indoor match, just look at the ceiling and the walls, and tell me people shouldn't have, shouldn't have training.
Hell,
or
just been
not,
to an indoor range. Period.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, and I say match because then that gives you the opportunity to be able actually beyond the firing line and look at all of the holes in the baffles and the holes in the walls.
Yeah, that ceiling tile's been cut in half by a 9mm.
Right. And you realize that ceiling tile's 3 months old. Competency. So we require drivers to prove a minimum level of competency, and Andy, I'm a CDL holder as well. So you and I have to go get physicals at a minimum every 2 years to prove that we are healthy enough to drive a commercial vehicle.
I do, but I don't have to because I work for the state, so I don't leave the state, so I could get rid of my med card if I wanted to, but I already have it, so I'm not getting rid of it. But
well, my CDL is technically inactive on purpose because I don't have a med card because I don't want to drive a truck. I sit at a computer and tell people to quit hitting shit.
You know what?
That's a different story.
I sat in front of computers for 25 years. And driving big ass fucking trucks is awesome. I love it.
It gets to your
fun.
lizard brain.
God,
there are the things.
Oh, it is.
I had no idea. Like when I'm sitting in a payloader and I'm picking up like fucking 8 yards of salt and putting it in my plow truck, like the rest of the guys I work with are like, "Whoa, we've been doing this for 25 years." I'm like, "Hey, this shit's new for me and it's fun."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I drove a truck for Coca-Cola, so I used to call myself a Coke dealer, so that was a big thing.
Yeah. Sure. Of course. Now, I want to ask you a question. Something you said a little bit ago, Jeremy, so that no one goes, why are you just letting him say all this propaganda on your show? Okay, what does universal background check mean to you?
So, to me, that means any transfer of ownership requires a background check. So it takes longer to fill out the 4473 than it does to do a background check typically. And again, my opinion, verifying
I'm not shitting
that
on it. I'm just asking a question.
No,
That's
I
all.
know. But verifying that if I'll go back to, at one point in time I moved to extreme eastern Kentucky, where whatever. So the person that I had to go to get gun transfers was literally just an individual with a home-based FFL, and he just with a cell phone called the FBI NICS hotline to do the background check for me, and it took longer to fill out the form for him than it did to call that hotline, and so a minimum level of this person can legally possess a firearm feels like a unobtrusive check to make sure that we are a minimum level of safety. I don't feel like that's an intrusive level of verification that people that try to buy firearms can get them. Again, I don't know if this is where you're going with this, but I've heard people say, well, I don't want the government to have my information. Like, bitch, the government has your information. Like the government has your information. Do you have a Facebook account? They know what you've got.
Especially someone who actually participates on a cell phone these days.
Right.
Like, if you play with a smartphone,
yes.
Like, trust me, they've got it all. Like, if you're actually
25 years ago, we used to have to pay $300 for a GPS that gave us turn-by-turn navigation, and now it's free. You think it's actually free now? No.
Yeah, no.
You are the product.
We are the product. No, I was asking that just to go along with, just because I like to know exactly what people mean when they say these sort of slogans. Like exactly what you meant by that is all I want.
I feel like that's a good use of government funds to set up a portal so that average citizens can, in a matter of seconds, say, yes, this person I'm meeting in the Kroger parking lot is legally allowed to possess this firearm
Okay,
that I'm selling.
now we're talking about something I would probably be down with 100%.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I have to go pay for a transfer every time, that
and
chaps my ass a little bit. But if I had the ability, because like when I sell a gun privately, just me personally, because I don't know if I'm talking to a meth head or a good guy, I make them show me a pistol permit because they've at least passed the NICS check in the last 5 years. And that's just the thing I do on my own anyway.
Another level to it is this can apply to babysitters or like new employees or you know, contractors you're going to have work in your house when you might not be there. Like it could be just a good system to be like, hey, who's this guy?
It could also be a giant invasion of privacy. Like
everything's
this
an invasion
person
of privacy.
I just started working with. I wonder if they have a criminal background. Let me go on the NICS background check website and see if they've done that. Like I'm just pointing out like the negatives of this thing that I don't think is completely terrible, but there's a downside to everything.
Yeah, but and I haven't put. You know, let's be clear. I'm not the person who designs this system, but I mean, you know, you can put guardrails on it so that you've got to put in. You know, whatever the case may be, whether it's a serial number that's valid in the ATF database or something. I don't know.
How dare you register my gun?
Yeah. Well, guess what? They know you've got it. I guarantee you, they know they've got it.
You know what? I know they've got it for my NFA stuff because when I got back to the Fall River Gun Club, because I left my rifle with a silencer on it, he didn't even ask for my ID. He just asked for my name and address. Because he had the serial number off of my suppressor, so he looked that up, and he had all my info. And I just told him Andrew Erickson, spit out my address. He's like, all right, cool. And I didn't realize that. I mean, it makes sense with the NFA stuff because it is literally registered, but yeah, ban the NFA. Anyway, oh wait, hey, Jeremy, do you know what this is? Listen carefully. Can you translate this French here?
Μην πυροβολείς το σκύλο μου.
No, I cannot.
It's don't shoot my dog. In Greek.
In Greek?
In Greek. Okay.
In modern Greek. Ancient Greek, we were talking about Molan Lab and all that.
Oh, God.
Remember?
Yeah.
Μην πυροβολείς το σκύλο μου.
Don't shoot my dog.
What? So, Jeremy, what is one of those slogans from the gun world that like just pisses you off? Because I apparently chapped a lot of asses when I brought up my what I thought were cringe statements.
Oh, did you know it and messaged me about them?
Oh, I think I chapped a few people's asses about it.
You know, so here's the thing. As a self-avowed liberal who also shoots guns, I do not like the term assault rifle. Well, let me say that. Let me back up. Assault rifle and modern sporting rifle chap my ass. Like it's just a fucking rifle, guys. Like it's a hunk of steel and plastic that on its own does fucking nothing. Like in the wrong hands, yeah, it's dangerous. But guess what? In the wrong hands, a Honda Civic is dangerous too. Which is why we shouldn't put Honda Civics in the hands of psychos. But you know, anything without an understanding of how to properly operate it is dangerous. That's why you don't put that's
why you don't put Jeff in a semi truck.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's accurate. I don't know.
I feel like you could do it, Jeff.
You could be taught very quickly.
I've never driven a manual before.
Oh, then all of our plow trucks but one are automatic.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've driven an RV, which feels weird that it doesn't require a CDL.
I know.
Yeah,
it's the size of a semi
truck. You could drive a 40-foot RV towing your Jeep and not have a CDL. But if you put a front end loader behind a pickup truck,
we're gonna. You got to have a license. You got to have a number on the side and all this other shit. God, that's the thing. Like, I have a CDL, but I work for the state, so I don't we don't have that DOT number on the side because we work for the DOT. You know,
we are the DOT.
We don't leave the state. Like, that's for interstate travel stuff,
right? And
we don't leave the state except to turn around in Iowa when I'm plowing. Because our area goes right up to the Iowa border. But yeah, it's like as far as like though, one thing you were saying, Jeremy, though, I get what you're saying, and for a Democrat, it's relatively logical what you're saying. I get it. That was an underhanded, a backhand compliment on purpose. But I would just like to point out the one big difference and ask you, how do you reconcile that with, okay, yes, I have to show proficiency driving a commercial vehicle to get my CDL. However, there is no constitutional right for me to drive a commercial vehicle.
That's correct. There's not. There is, however, a limitation on your. There's no constitutional right on your right to travel, or there's no restriction on your constitutional right to travel. There are restrictions on how you can travel. That's my argument. There's in my mind, again, if I'm interpreting the Constitution, there's no restriction on your right to keep and bear arms. Right? We have a Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. However, our society has an obligation to ensure that you can safely, that first of all, you are reasonably allowed to possess those things, and that you can then safely operate them in public. So there's, to me, again, in my mind, if you want to have a shotgun for self-protection and for home protection, great, awesome. Go buy a shotgun, pass the background check, you're good to go. Keep it next to your bed, have fun with it. If
How
you're
about an
going to carry
RPG?
it in public, yeah. Hey, listen, if you want a 50 cal belt fed, go for it. I got no problem with that. I'd love to mount one on my pickup truck, but
We'll be getting to that. Don't worry.
Yeah, Jeff was actually just all the keyboard clickety clack. That was Jeff typing almost that exact question. Go ahead.
Once you start wanting to bring it in public, and I'm less worried because you've already to own and possess, you've already passed that hurdle. To bring it into public, my concern there is, are you a danger to the public by being armed in public? And so I'm not one to say, listen, we need to mandate training. I'm saying we need to mandate proficiency testing.
Well, I'm an instructor. I would prefer to mandate training.
Well, I'm good with that as long as there's an option to test out
joke.
of it.
Nobody get wound up. That was a joke.
My M class card should get me out of a lot of.
You should be able to test out of it 100%.
I would agree with that. I mean, so I grew up in Georgia, and then for work moved to Tennessee, and then later to Kentucky, and then back to Georgia. And so in both Tennessee and Kentucky, I had to take an 8-hour class, which was fucking bullshit.
Oh God. See, our class, they don't mandate the amount of time; they just mandate the content.
No, it was 8 hours in both states. It was 8 hours of instruction awful. Plus the range.
And it's not like it's me teaching the class. Like, I don't mean to be cocky, but I'm way more entertaining the average FUD who's teaching these classes anywhere in the country. Yeah. Like, so you'll have fun in my class.
I'll tell a fun story. So my trainer in Kentucky, the person who did my concealed carry training class, actually demonstrated what it looks like to pull the trigger when a gun is facing your face. I'm like, yeah, that's not okay, bro. You probably shouldn't be training this.
Wait, what?
Wait, a real gun or a dummy gun?
No, it was a real gun.
Oh Jesus!
He pointed at his own face or your face?
No, at his face.
What? Jesus.
His point was that kids like to pick up guns and point it at their face.
Okay. I would do something like that in a class, but I would do it with a dummy gun.
Sure. Yeah. Blue gun. Go for it.
None of my guns are blue guns because they're overpriced. Bullshit. I get the cheap green gold cold steel guns because they're like $25 instead of $45.
I want to see if someone can 3D print me those.
I have a Blackhawk, an orange Blackhawk Glock.
Yeah.
I guess.
So Jeremy, what technical, like when I say technical, you know what I'm talking about, correct?
Yeah.
Like truck. Okay. So what would your dream technical be, and what weapon would you put in the back of it?
I mean, you've got to go Toyota Tacoma, right?
Oh.
I mean, it's there's literally a war called the Toyota War. So like, it is the safe answer.
I mean, I know I said 40 cal earlier, but listen, you got to put the M243 in the back of it, or 50 cal rather.
The M2.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if it's belt fed, I'm good to go.
Well, there are belt fed grenade launchers.
The M243. I was like, is that a thing?
Isn't that the belt fed automatic? Previous generation, I think.
Oh, the M60 was the old one.
No,
and then,
yes.
He's thinking of the M240 saw.
Yes, there you go.
Or no,
the
sorry,
M249.
M240 Bravo. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
The 762 by 1. Sorry.
Anyway, I did Google and found a toy M249, but or M243.
Yeah, but there's like some that are saws and some that are M240s.
If you get military arm names wrong, Jeremy, Jeff's gonna freak out.
Yeah, I know.
Actually. So, let's see other fun ones. So
Hey, you didn't ask me mine. Oh wait, you asked me.
we
months ago.
talked about it.
Ford F550 dump body
With what gun in the back?
with an M60.
M60. Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with an M60.
I shot a 3-gun match up near Brookings, South Dakota, and there was a dude who rolled up with a Army surplus Humvee with an M60 in it, like a real one. He had he paid whatever he had to pay to buy it, and
Like a full auto M60 or semi-auto?
No,
What?
it's a full auto.
Jesus.
Like he has whatever licensing he needs for it, and
That's awesome.
like he's one of those people that has fuck you money. So
Yeah.
like the thing that's funny though is the vehicle the machine gun is mounted to, he paid like $10,000 for, and the machine gun was like $40,000 or something like that. You know,
Yeah. I was gonna guess like 100,000. So yeah, that makes sense.
he got it a long time ago.
Oh yeah. So, to transition back to USPA real quick.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine now shoots in Georgia,
Yeah.
and he was explaining how you guys shoot. Do you take an off season?
No.
Okay.
I mean, so I take an off season for majors, but not from local matches. I mean, realistically, I don't know if it's 7 days a week, but you could probably shoot 5 days a week in the Metro Atlanta area. Between outdoor and indoor matches.
that is baffling to me. And so how do you battle
I'd be
burnout?
so poor if I lived there.
Well, I mean, if I'm not feeling like shooting, I don't go shoot. But, for me, because I work on, and again, this is unique to me, but I work on the north end of town and live on the south end of town. So I can either sit in traffic for an hour and 20 minutes, or I can go to the range that's 10 minutes from work and shoot a match on Tuesday and Wednesday nights,
Oh, geez.
And then have a much shorter drive home.
Right. And then it's 30 minutes from home 30 minutes to
when
home from the
traffic's
range.
not crazy in Atlanta, I was surprised. Like Atlanta's not bad to get around as long as it's not rush hour.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, like there's those loops all the way around the city, like circles or whatever. I live in a small town. Never mind.
Let's see. Oh, go ahead.
Well, we're getting long in the tooth on this episode. There's some stuff I definitely want to hit in this episode.
Yeah, bring it.
Okay. This is not about you. It's about me, though. So, I mean, sort of, kind of. So I wanted to bring up the board shit that happened at the last meeting. Like the big fine points. Stuff I got questions about. The first one is, why did I vote for Leighton for IPSC regional director? There were two reasons. Leighton and I are not friends. The last board meeting he was in, we told each other to go fuck ourselves. So, but I voted for him for two reasons. One is that almost everyone who is actually shooting IPSC international matches this year all said they would like him to continue helping them because he's incredibly helpful getting people to matches and all the stuff that goes with it. It's really complicated. I don't understand any of it. The other reason is because the World Shoot is in South Africa in September. And South Africa is a sketchball's place to take a vacation. And Leighton is from there, and no one will have a better of idea of how to keep our team safe over there and put him on the right path, which I'm, of course, they could ask him anyway. But that was the biggest reason. Was honestly the World Shoots in South Africa. He's from there. It's sketchy. I heard a story where dudes were at a match and these like lunatics came over the berm with guns and were like thinking they were gonna rob them or something and started shooting, and like dudes were like doing unloaded starts and going bang 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 bang, returning fire. Like
that I
want to know the real story. It was just a thing I heard when I was in Florida from somebody, and like it was wild. Anyway, so there was that. Why did I vote for dissolving the DNRI search committee? I regretted voting for it to happen anyway, and I was basically the swing vote that allowed it to be created. I thought ambushing Troy in the live board meeting was bullshit, and I voted to undo it. That's it.
I'm on board with that, by the way.
Regardless of anybody's personal feelings about Troy, like it had no bearing on it whatsoever. Like the way it went down was bullshit. That's why I voted to undo it.
Yeah, that would be my. I mean, just as a random member and a CRO, like my thought is, I like the way that the bylaws are going. That paid employees, filter up through the managing director, and employment decisions are made by that, and then the managing director reports to the board.
No, and that there was a bunch of questions. I've been working on writing my answer, but I have kids and it's hard to do that, and 2 jobs.
Well, you're also very sleepy, Andy.
I am sleepy. I got to get up at 3 a.m. tomorrow, by the way, as we're recording this. But as far as the bylaws go, like making it very employee centric, board get out of way, let employees do work. And board just sort of sets policy and tone, like you go get it. And then if there's a problem, then we deal with it. But like literally empower them to go do it and stay the fuck out of the way. That's how it should be done. Like the USPSA has traditionally been run like a small town gun club.
Yep.
And I can like being an employee would be absolutely fucking aggravating, to have board members like micromanaging, like, no, this is not a thing that should be happening. The last thing I want to mention is the transgender policy and clarification, and I'm on with 2 Democrats. So, regardless of, like, I just want to address some things because I've gotten a ton of emails in my area director email. Usually they're sent to board, so we're all getting them, but a ton of emails on this. And there's a lot of misinformation out there about what is and what's being discussed, okay? There is currently no specific policy being considered by the board. Like nothing written down is actually being considered right now. There is no proposed policy. I've gotten this email before. There's no proposed policy that would suddenly allow biological men to compete as a lady. That is not a thing that has happened. The current rule book defines gender as what is on your driver's license. That is not necessarily the best definition because some states allow you to just up and change it on the driver's license. Okay. Now, speaking for me and me only, Andy Erickson, Area 3 Director. I'm speaking for me and no other board member. Or I'm not speaking on behalf of USPSA. I'm speaking on behalf of me as the Area 3 Director. What I would be in favor of as the father of a daughter who is an athlete and someone who cares a lot about competitive equity and rules, it's a sport with rules and winners and losers. I would like to see the definition of lady as sex at birth. And for those reasons. As far as transgender people shooting the sport, love it. Come on in. Like, join the family. But when it comes to competitive equity, there's rules and winners and losers. And I care more about the fairness of the sport than anything else. And that's it. That's all I have to say about that. So go ahead, roast me, Democrats.
No. So I'm gonna say a couple things, and I'm actually sending you a text as we speak because this is gonna back up what I'm gonna say. So, a couple things.
Oh, wow, your penis is enormous. Damn.
Thanks, buddy. I must have sent you the wrong picture then,
or the right picture.
So first of all, what I will say from not just for our sport, but for any sport, there are drastically better ways to ensure fair competition than anatomy between people's legs. That said,
It goes farther than what's between the legs, though.
no, I'm with you. I agree. That said, USPSA does not have the resources to do like biological passports that international track and field has, for example,
Right.
or international cycling. The landmine I think you get into when you look at what the gender someone was assigned at birth is, what do you do with someone who has post-transition and has been on testosterone for 10 years and now identifies as male and is a strapped, fully bearded man for all intents and purposes, but they were born with a vagina and were identified as female at birth. So now under that policy, they're competing with the women.
I'm calling for open division. So all of us on testosterone, steroids, all that shit, we gotta go play over there. Like
Yeah.
that's our category.
And I don't know what the answer to that is. I genuinely don't.
I don't like one thing I did not say that I should have said is like no matter what ends up happening is someone's pissed off with
yes,
this issue.
Correct, 100%.
No one, there's no way to do this and make everyone happy.
I don't envy you and the rest of the board having to wade through this. I really truly don't,
because they didn't have to. That's the best.
No,
part.
no, Jeff. This left our bailiwick. One board member decided to make it a thing. We
Correct.
did not.
Correct.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Is that this one board member blew up a conversation online, and it blew up, and it continues to blow up every few days.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, PSI.
And it, and so Andy, I text you a screenshot because I don't want to fuck up your algorithm. But so this and it's and I don't.
That's a screenshot. That's not you.
No, that is not me.
No, I'm kidding.
I wish it was me. I wish I was that ripped. I'm just a fat old man. But can you imagine that person walking up being like, all right, well, I'm in the ladies division. Well, that's a multiple year post-transition trans man who was assigned female at birth, who is fucking ripped and could walk up potentially to a first stage of a match.
Well, here's the thing though, Jeremy. My sister-in-law looks like her or him.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm serious. Like, married to my brother, woman. She's a bigger than average gal, but I mean, she literally looks like that.
Yeah.
So like, it's different than when it's a guy saying I'm a lady,
Right.
and going and Leah Thomas wins the women's national championship in swimming.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm looking to avoid. I mean, what you're talking about is an argument, and
Yeah.
like, I understand that, but at the same time, it's not exactly the same as Leah Thomas winning the
Right.
women's national championship.
Right.
And that's all I care about is protecting women in sport too.
No, and I agree with that. And I, it's hard for me to reconcile both being a person who wants to be accepting of all people and all people and their identities, but also, understanding that we have a hard enough time in our little sport of keeping people from fucking with their scores so that they can say they're a GM.
God, tell me about it. Jesus.
They absolutely will show up and say that, like, if we allow it, they absolutely will show up and be like, no, I'm trans. I'm a woman. I want the trophy so that I can say on my website I'm a national champion.
People love trophies. It's the weirdest.
I know.
All these damn boomers.
Jeff, I am the 2022 D class Georgia State CO champion.
Yeah, but you
and
put
you
that
can
trophy
never
on
take
your-
that from me.
You put
Hell
that
yeah,
trophy
brother.
on your wall, though, didn't you?
The Steel Challenge world is like infamous for they've got like 13 guns and they're talking about adding more.
Oh,
and,
God, yeah.
And then they like I've seen people who won like 7 medals at a match, and my match director for Steel Challenge, would be like, hey, here's, we didn't make like 3 of those because, there's only like 2 people in it. So here you go. Here's the 5. And like, I won 7. Where's the other 2? And it's like,
right.
You won 5 medals. Like, what is the other 2 going to? What joy will that bring you,
dude? I got a better one for you. So, there's in my state and around the country are the precision 22 rifle shooters, like NRL 22.
Yep.
In my state, they pretty much rebelled against NRL and they do their own thing now. But if you don't have trophies at monthly club matches, are you even having a match?
Monthly club matches?
Yeah.
Do
and
they just
prizes.
Keep, what?
And prizes and cash payouts.
What?
Yeah.
How many people are at this fucking match?
About the same as the USPSA match, like 30, 40.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You know how, like, my
trophies.
generation...
If you had trophies, more people would show up.
My generation
that was
got
what
shit
I heard.
on... Oh, Jesus. My generation got shit on a lot about, we're the participation trophy generation. It's like boomers, Gen X, and Gen Z.
No.
Y'all motherfuckers fucked us up. Or like, you guys are the fucked up ones.
No,
The
Gen
millennials
X
are
is
going,
what you mean to say. Like, your parents were Gen X, and they're the ones that did it, really.
Right. And now this modern, like, Gen Z, I don't know if it's like a transfer from Gen Xers. I don't know, but like, I don't know a millennial who gives a shit about it, but I've met Gen Xers and I met Gen Z that care about it, and I don't understand any of it because I didn't keep any trophies. Like, I never liked them. I thought they were dumb.
I never won any, so I didn't have any to. That's why when I got my C class second or third, no, it was, what is it? Third place C class at Great Plains Section Limited 2018. I fucking relished it because it was literally the first trophy I had won since I got first place at my little Cub Scout Pinewood Derby race.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, like, I mean, no, like, I don't care about, at majors and the trophies that go out in the classes. Like, that's part of the sport. I think that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, once you get to a certain level, does that matter less to you? Of course it does. But I am still, it's on my desk here, Andrew Erickson, first A-class Carry Optics Division, Iowa Sectional, 2023. Fuck you, Jeff.
And Steven. And Steve.
Especially Steven. Yeah, especially Steven.
It's fucking Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's fucking Tuesday.
Let's just revisit that whole moment. That was one of the greatest moments on Instagram I've ever seen, is him talking shit about Nick and how he's not quite M-class yet because it's still Tuesday.
He hasn't been a master for any time. Let the record reflect, it's fucking Tuesday.
I laughed so hard when I saw that. My God. That was so fun.
And my favorite part is Steven is like a wonderful person and a really good friend, but he is
He's a mean shit talker.
Yeah, he is harsh.
Oh, actually, God.
That brought up a question, something I forgot to mention. Shit talking during a stage.
Oh, yes. This is a great idea.
Yes. Okay.
Great topic.
So,
should be required.
Right. But when? When is it okay? And when is it not okay?
Like during the stage, while someone's shooting. Who's allowed to talk shit?
That's a great question. I think definitely prior to make ready.
Yes,
it's
that's
definitely okay. Yeah.
I personally don't talk shit before make ready because I'm a mental head case, and like
we know,
I don't need that behind me.
It can fuck with you. So this question got brought up because during my match today, while I was shooting, no one was shit talking me while I was shooting, but Reese, one of my people I shoot with, she's very wonderful. She started like laughing or something, and it like pulled me out of the moment, and I was like, "Fuck me."
A high school girl pulled you out of the moment by laughing?
Yes.
Jesus.
ADHD is fucking fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
But then when the cops were shooting, again, the cops at my club and only my club.
Yep.
I'll make a disclaimer here.
It's fucking Tuesday.
Exactly. So one of the cops, he was shitting the bed, like bad. And one of the cops started giving him shit while he was doing the stage. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And like another one's like, yeah, dude, go faster. And I'm like, that's kind of coaching. Everyone shut the fuck up. Like, I'm trying not to talk because as the RO, you're not supposed to talk. But I'm also there talking to him, and I'm like, you're not helping this fucking situation. And so I thought that was very disrespectful. I did talk to them, and I was like, because
You know what, though? I have one. I agree with you, but I have one caveat.
Okay.
If it's funny.
I mean,
It's different if they do something like they ripped a fart when they stumbled, and I mean they just like totally like rip ass stumbling,
right.
or
like
whatever goofy thing happens. Like if it's funny, that's totally different. Like it's fair game.
right. But when it's like someone shitting the bed on a stage, that was their defense. So like, hey, it was a bad stage. He was already gone to shit anyway, so we were giving him shit because he's a cop. He should be able to deal with it. And I'm like, I get that, but adding that level of stress to someone trying to maneuver with a gun, just, because yes, giving shit before and after are both appreciated. Like you've got to, but if you give it before. I learned this lesson the hard way. If you give it before, make sure you can back it up, because if you like, oh, someone got a mic and then you get 2 mics right after that, it feels really bad. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I don't talk shit before runs anymore.
Yeah. No, it's best to do the shit talking after you know what happened. It really is. For sure. But anyway.
What's the shit talking culture like in Georgia? Are you guys...
Well, so that's a tough question because I'm the guy that always fucks up. So, true story. So I shoot with majors. I shoot majors with the same general group of guys. We're all range officials, and we just it's sleepaway camp with guns half a dozen times a year.
Right.
So we've all got to the point where we're all CROs now. So one point last year, I mentioned to one of the other guys that we should get like a 3-foot tall karate trophy to give to the person who fucks up the most.
Yes.
And he was like, yeah, that's a great idea, but you understand you would have permanent possession of that trophy, right? And I was like, fuck, you're right. Whether it's bad ammo or dump truck in a wall or yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, I mean, it's not fun if you're not making fun of each other.
Right. It's a mutually
and
abusive sport.
Yeah, it's all with love, right? It's all with love.
It's how men bond.
Right.
For our like 6 female listeners, we very much appreciate you. But like, men are dumb creatures, and the guy that you're going to be best friends with is the one that you can throw punches with. Like,
correct.
We are a strange creature, whereas like, but we can kind of talk shit, but it's you have to kind of like test the waters and feel them out a little bit, and you can push a little bit, and then you go, oh shit, I pushed a little too far. But then you can be like, you want to wrestle, and you're like, I would like to do fisticuffs with you, yes, and you can have full blown physical fights with each other, and then you're done. You're like, that was fun, thanks, and like, nope, nothing is held after that.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was peeing, so I just got back. So I just heard the last little bit you were saying, Jeff. I messaged you.
And you didn't have the mic on for that?
No, I have a mute button. No, dude, I have a board. Like, I have a board with a button that lets me do this.
It's fucking Tuesday.
So there was a guy who was from Sioux City, who was like, I mean, I don't want to say he was intimidating, but like, I would hear him talk, and he talked a lot of shit, but he wouldn't talk shit to you until he knew you well enough to talk shit to you.
Correct.
And it was so cool when like I that was when I knew I was like part of the club, part of the culture, because he just started talking shit to me because he felt comfortable enough, like knew me well enough at that point to start talking shit. And it was like, oh, I feel included now. He just told me I suck ass and I should maybe try golf, but I feel like I'm part of the group now. Yay! And yeah, it's just sort of, and he was really good at it too. That was the annoying thing. He's also the guy that I mentioned one time, Jeff, that got into a gunfight in Afghanistan in flip-flops.
Yeah.
Yeah, same guy.
Definitely had him on.
Yeah.
Well, our group here, and we're kind of scattered throughout the Southeast, but although we do have one member that is in South Dakota, I don't remember what city.
One member, what? Did I miss something?
One of our little buddies, like our group of range officials that goes to different matches. One of them actually is based in South Dakota.
Who? What's his first name?
Russ Davis.
Oh yeah, okay.
Great guy, and his brother Will lives in North Carolina, and
yeah, they're
he's
working
kind of
Area
our
3.
regular- Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So
He's from Rapid though. That's why I know the name. I don't know the guy.
Yeah. So yeah, we're shooting together in Alabama next month. But we mercilessly mock each other, mercilessly. But we also are huge proponents of each other, and we celebrate each other's wins, and and I think that's super important to both be merciless, but also to be supportive, and it's a lot of fun that way.
So, Jeremy, if you were shooting a stage, and Russ is there behind you, and maybe you got on the trigger a little early on that first shot, and maybe it was in the dark at a night match, and maybe that shot maybe stayed in the range, maybe it didn't. Regardless of what call was made as to its legality, what would you have said after said stage?
Oh, the end of it would never be mentioned. It would be mentioned every single time we get together. Every single time.
And if they were an area director, would you call it the AD by the AD?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
I was actually describing that to somebody the other day, the night match, oopsie I had, where Steven did not DQ me, but if he had, I'd have been like, okay.
Right.
It's like the
that
first time.
May or may not have been. That actually happened to me yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened?
I was shooting the Georgia State Steel Challenge match and shooting a borrowed gun for rimfire pistol optics, and completely surprised by the first shot on the first stage because I'd never shot that gun before. And everybody behind me was like, "Oh, we could tell you did not mean to shoot that shot, but it hit the target." Motherfucker, it hit the plate. But the description I heard was your butt cheeks clenched so hard.
What, Jeff? What is that called?
The butt pucker.
Yeah.
Yes.
The butt pucker.
Yeah, there was definitely some puckering there.
Oh God. Well, one more thing I have to mention before we wrap this episode up. I have very good friends. Very, very, very good friends. First, I need to talk about what happened yesterday. I taught a permit class yesterday, and one of the guys in the class, his name is Travis. He just lives in the area. He had listened to me when I was on the radio here. Listened to my first podcast that I did, Andy's Things and Stuff, which is still up, but I haven't done a new episode since last summer. And he still listens to this show. He's a fan, if you will. And this guy, I couldn't believe. It was almost. I don't mean this negatively. I mean it very, very, very positively. I was almost embarrassed, but I was so happy at the same time. I didn't try to turn it down. I said thank you, but he hands me one of the Harbor Freight Apache cases, or he set it on the table, and he opens it up, and inside is a bottle of blackened whiskey. That's Metallica's whiskey.
Oh.
And a
whiskey?
bottle of Buffalo Trace.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh. And another little box that said M81 Maduro to the core on it. It was a box of, he had cigars, and there's 2 Zippo lighters and a butane insert for a Zippo.
Nice.
And then he's big into cigars. He had one of the little Harbor Freight containers, the Apache, like the Pelican knockoffs, but they're basically the same as a Pelican and way cheaper.
Yep.
A little one. He's basically like, well, this is basically a humidor. So here's a bunch of cigars, and it's blackened cigars in there. Whole bunch of cigars in there, some Buffalo Trace cigars, and because I'm a fan of both, and he was a fan of me, and he gave me all that shit. And I was just like, oh my God, thank you. So, Travis, shout out. Thank you so much. Great having you in class. Your next, I told you yesterday, your next class is free. Your next 2 classes are free. 100%. Whatever you want to take. And then a guy you know, Jeff.
Yep.
Your friend and mine, John Anderson.
Oh, the legend. The real John
legend.
Anderson.
The GM whose feet are just too slow, and that's why he's an M. He's a GM shooter with M-class feet. He happened across a Facebook post that said they had Buffalo Trace, and he just bought it for me sight unseen and said, hey, you want it? I'm like, hell yeah. And he was in Sioux Falls today, and I mean, he didn't give it to me. I paid him for it. Right. I overpaid him for it. But he thought of me and bought me a bottle of Buffalo Trace, and I paid him back for it today, and I got it, and I was so happy.
That absolute legend.
He is a legend.
Andy, just out of curiosity, what are you paying for Buffalo Trace?
Oh yeah, because you messaged me about it that you can get it whenever you want, right?
Oh yeah, I bought a bottle tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's not usually super overpriced here when it's on the shelf, but it's usually not MSRP.
Yeah.
He got it for $32.99, which is a little, just like $5 high. No, it's not bad at all. Last time I bought it was like $38.
Good God.
I think MSRP is $28.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say I mean, every store around me has it. I think I bought it for $27.99 tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean you're a lot closer to Kentucky than I am, though. So
true.
It's rare in Sioux Falls. It is tough to find in Sioux Falls and in South Dakota in general. But like Bruce has got a 175 sitting out there for me in Rapid right now. So that he picked up at a liquor store out there. It's just can't get it here. There's lots of other whiskeys and bourbons that I like too. The Blackened, I was just as excited about the Blackened, honestly, because I had been given a bottle of that like 5 years ago. It was like the first bottle of whiskey I had, and I was drinking it with like Coke Zero because I didn't know any better. And then my brother informed me on how, like try to taste whiskey and you'll like it better. And he was right. If you actually taste it, whiskey's a lot better. And so I got a fresh bottle of that, and I had a pour of that last night, and that's damn good whiskey too. Really is.
I've never even seen that here.
Blackened?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's you. There's one place here that's always on the shelf, but
wow.
Yeah. No, it's good stuff. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Anyway, Jeremy, damn fine having you on the show. Our hardcore mega listeners are not gonna like you, but that's okay.
That's okay.
I can talk to Jeff, and I are pretty opposite on lots of things, but we're still friends. So I prefer to hang out with people who can do that than who are like, yeah. So,
and ultimately we have more in common than we have apart.
Absolutely.
I think. I truly believe that.
Yes. That sounded like the more you know fucking PSA slogan. Jesus Christ. That was cheesy as hell. I was about to give you a compliment, Jeremy, and then you poured the Gouda all over the table. Fucking A. No, seriously, awesome having you on. Great to meet you in person. Jeremy Fitzpatrick from the great state of Georgia, everyone. He is Fejj King. I'm Andy Erickson, and this is Not Another Shooting Show.